Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Conscious Matrix Interviews. I'm your host, Brad Johnson, and again, I have a returning guest who we just had a really amazing, fun, and really thrilling kind of communication with before, relating to radionics, and of course, a lot regarding her background as well, too. And I have Connie Willis here with me today on Conscious Matrix Interviews. So, Connie, thank you so much for being here today.
It's always good to see you, Brad. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing as well?
I like the headphones are looking good. I need a new pair, so I didn't want to show my spread off today.
Just so there's no feedback in the background, so I'm going to go very, very ghetto with these headphones. So, but again, a topic of our discussion today is all about more on radionics. So I think what the big highlight of our last interview was all about the discussion of the radionics technology, and that again, this is what really kind of propelled me to talk to the founder of this one particular radionics device, Dr. Mueller, and being able to take a look at his device, as I again have mine right here. And,
I got mine.
You have yours, of course, right there. And this has been a really, really amazing technology. I think Dr. Mulder has been talking to you, saying, "Oh, get Brad to talk more about this and all that," because I guess there's quite a few emails that he gets about people that want to know more about if this works. So I guess just on my end, because I know, Connie, you use it as well too quite often. For my end, yeah, this has worked quite good. Basically, I use it in tandem with my sacred circuitry as well too, or what I refer to now as light circuitry. But I've been able to also utilize this for other clients as well too, when they've been able to want to have certain healing done or certain forms of manifestations in co-creation to take place. So for me, it has been a really great tool. It's been a really great benefit. I've really, really enjoyed it. It's very, very simple in design. It's kind of a little bit tricky at first because you're just trying to get used to the stick, right? It's like I even told Dr. Mulder about that. It's like, just, I'm trying to get used to the stick. But once you get used to that, then it starts to become very second nature to you. So,
yeah. In fact, yeah, and he had said that the quicker it sticks, it seems the quicker the intent occurs. Mm-hmm. That was something he said too. So I don't know. Start noticing that when you do the work. Notice that if it sticks really quick, mm-hmm. just keep that in mind and see if it doesn't happen quicker that way. Because it almost seems like, oh, it's right there. It's not far away. It's about right there for you.
Exactly. But I've always found it just to be a very, very unique device, because I have seen several of these different types of radionics devices. Some of them are very well within the $10,000 range. So for those who cannot afford the $10,000 radionics, then this is a really good one to start with. Again, he also has other particular types of amplifications with it, like a headset, and I believe he has a new box right now that also includes an enhancer or an amplifier as well too. But Dr. Mueller, if you're listening to this, very great job. You did fantastic work. I've really been very, very impressed with the technology that you've done. It's really been a great help in regards to everything that I've been bringing forward through my manifestations and for the clients that I work with. So great job. Keep up the great work. So.
Sure, he's sneaking around right now. He's like, he's the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain kind of guy.
I think so, yeah.
I understand that. Otherwise, he would be just bombarded constantly with people. So he's got to kind of keep that. I totally get it. So, yeah, I mean, that's what turned me on. Exactly what you talked about was, I was reading up on radionics, and I was learning about that, especially about, the original remote influence type thing and how to manifest what you're looking to get. And then I came across this radionics and started finding out that a lot of people into this are those little guys that live in a lab or in a basement. They're surrounded with these machines around them, and they never get out. But I was able to talk to some and learn a lot about them. But the price was outrageous. Either they would do the work for you and charge you thousands of dollars for the work, and not really always promising that it can come out the way it should, or you could buy the machines themselves, and they were thousands of dollars, some up to 80 and 100,000. Some of them would have these magic wands that go with it. Some of them would have helmets, all these different things. It was just crazy. And one day, somebody had sent me a link, and they were talking about, this wishing machine. And I was like, oh, radionics, I know what that's all about. It's too expensive, too crazy, forget it. And then I saw the price. It was under $200. I went, whoa, wait a minute, let me check this out. So he and I talked a lot, and he taught me a lot about this. We actually went to the Radionics convention not long ago, And you know, some of the people that have these big, gigantic radionics boxes, or smaller ones made of metal or plastics that have been, you know, in some sort of mold where they can kind of make many of them. It's not that they don't work; they work. But you know, some of them will also say, hey, you know, this one will work just as those do, without a doubt. I mean, it's all the circuitry on the inside. It's your intent as well. And for the fact that, you know, people like you and the people that follow you, oh my goodness, to use that with the focus that you already have, that's, you know, that's a home run right there.
Oh, absolutely. And again, like with a lot of the experiences that you've had with the box as well too, like how has it worked for you? Have you had some really great breakthroughs related to the box?
I've had breakthroughs that are, you know, secret. In fact, you're gonna, you know what? I don't want to jinx what has happened, but I will definitely let you know next week about something that's going to happen next week, and it was definitely a wish in the making. So. Again, I can't hex it, but I can promise you, you will be excited about it for me too, and so will everybody that watches you and listens to you. I promise. So I'll save that one for you next week.
Exactly. Oh no, I look forward to hearing about it. And again, for everybody else who is interested in grabbing one of these boxes, you can go to Dr. Mulder's website. It's drmulderswishingmachine.com. I'm pretty sure in the post I will put up a little link here on the video, where people can go ahead and they can access that directly. Again, it's drmulderswishingmachine.com, so it's Mulders with an S, wishingmachine.com. And it's really neat, too, because when you buy this, then you're able to log in, and you're able to kind of look at some of the videos. That's there as well, too, and it's like 2 videos, but they're helpful. You know, they give the idea, basically, of how to operate the machine, how to operate the device. But again, I guess people are still maybe wondering, you know, what is the big thing with radionics? Because again, it is starting to become a little bit more talked about within the areas of my channels, you know, through Facebook and through Google Plus and all that. Connie, how have you felt in regards to, you know, how radionics is, or how you could describe it to a person who may not be very familiar with it?
Well, this is how I would say. First of all, if you're, what's great now is there is one that's affordable. So that's where you can even actually start thinking about it, because when it's so beyond your price, you don't even want to know about it and know what you're missing. So when it comes to these, this one in particular, this is the basic model, the one that you have, and this one is $195. And the thing about it is, well, okay, I'll put it in the terms that I think that most of the people around you will get. I mean, it's the way I know it too. It's your thought. When you have a thought and you put it out to the universe, it's kind of like you drop a pebble in the water and it ripples out. And it goes out there, and hopefully it snags, and all is good. Now, you are extremely good, Brad, at focusing and holding that, you know, and you can focus and hold it way longer than somebody that like me. And you also have this stronger intent, because this is what you're doing all the time. I mean, you've got that natural ability, but you're also focusing and working with it all the time and using it. So your intent is so much stronger. Now, for people like me that might want to call you to learn how to do it with you, you know, how to focus better or use your services like that, this thing is great for me, but it's even better for you, because what this does is take your intent, your thought wave, your what they call scalar waves, and it just keeps sending it out and sending it out 24/7. So, and if you wanted something to manifest, and if I normally just do a thought, oh, okay, I really want that new Mercedes, yeah. One thought's probably not going to do it, but if I have a thought going out 24/7 to get that Mercedes, maybe somehow it'll come back to me. It may not be even in the way I think it might, but it can come back to me. And so what this device does, and Radionics does, is continuously send an intent out there, constantly 24/7. You don't even have to worry about it anymore. So that's how it works. And what you have is this one, the basic one, which is as strong as you need it to be. It's got outlets on it too, so that you can add an amplifier, and you can add the head. I need to bring that head helmet thing out. I actually have that if you want to see it. To put on top of your head, and that helps you actually to transmit to your target. But here's the new one, and Brad has this on its way to Canada right now. I'm so excited. I can't wait till you get this, Brad, because myself and Dr. Mulder, we both really respect your opinion on this. So here's the new one, and what it is, it looks just like the other one, It still has jacks so that you can put other things in it, but it has a built-in amplifier. So what he calls this is his cat, the cat's meow, because inside this amplifier, and I got it plugged in. You can actually see that the amplifier is plugged in. The other one doesn't have to be plugged in, and you'll see a light through here in the dark, so you will know it's on. But even if that LED goes out in 20 years because you still have this box working on it, if that even occurs, it's still working. Don't worry about it. But it's a nice antenna. Goes up or down, so you can take it wherever you wish to, and get it out of the way, kind of thing, if you want to do that. But here's the stick pad as before. You know how to work the copper in the stick pad and the little frequencies to get what it is that you want to get. And it is $100 more from that one. What Dr. Mueller says is he kind of put some numbers on it, but he said basically this, because of the power, what you ask for will manifest quicker. So the other one will still do it. This one just brings it faster. So that's what the amplification is for. And if you have the original one,
is it something that you need to plug into the wall, or is it just something that's kind of just on its own for the amplifier?
The amplifier, there's a plug. Okay. But again, a lot of times, if you go somewhere with it and you forget that, don't not use it. Yes. They still work without that. They still work without it. That's just an extra oomph for you, and that extra oomph will help. But if you do have the basic one like you have, and you're not getting the other one, remember there is amplifiers you can buy on his site too, and they'll plug right in there. So don't feel like, oh, I got to get a whole new one. That's why I put the jacks in it. But I want to ask you, Brad, tell me what manifested for you, because I know they were all great things, and we actually have that on the Dr. Mueller site. What happened with you, but also I'm interested in what happened with the clients and stuff. So you work with your clients. Yeah,
it was really good. Well, first of all, I think what was really great about when I first received this was how light it was. So again, just being able to see like it's just all light and very simple. It's kind of like those kind of like little notebook boxes that you would keep certain forms of supplies in. But it was really, really light, so I really liked that first because it's not like lugging it around anywhere. But yeah, basically when I first got the experiment, there was just certain forms of health issues that I had in regards to my lower back, and this really helped to clear it up very quickly. As a matter of fact, as soon as I turned it on, I could feel just the buzzing and kind of like a warm sensation around my lower back, so it really started to heal that a lot quickly. And of course, I was working together my own ways as well too to assist further. But just within minutes of being able to attune that to the frequency, because again, it took me a couple tries to do the stick again, of course, but just after a couple minutes of being able to feel it and getting a hang of it, then I could feel that there was an energy definitely working together in the lower back, and so I was really, really impressed with that. With other clients, again, I don't want to mention any names, but there have been people that are looking for like a financial abundance as well too, just getting their finances more together in order, being able to attract more financial abundance. And so I use this as well in tangent with my usual routine that I do with light circuitry or sacred circuitry. And they've been amazed. They have been able to attract a lot of really good projects. Some of them have actually been able to increase more better job opportunities through that. So with enhancement by enchantment, that I call it. This was utilized as well too to help supercharge their particular manifestation in a co-creation. So it's basically that they have their manifestation, and I'm basically inheriting a co-creation to helping them out with that. So basically being able to use this box, and things have been going very, very quickly for a lot of people. So I mean, when we're looking at healing in regards to areas that maybe has some physical ailments, back sores, neck sores, headaches, etc., this thing definitely clears it up very, very quickly. For others that are again looking for financial abundance or any other particular types of manifestations, ones that they feel are very, very deserving of themselves, then again this can really help as well too. So it really has been a very, very helpful tool for enhancement by enchantment sessions. So again, I would recommend for people who just have a very tight budget, save up some money, and this is something that was really, really amazed. Like when I first laid my eyes on Radionics, I was like, oh my god, this thing is awesome. It's really, really great. I was actually testing out some of the $10,000 machines, like the Viber scans, for example, and I had certain issues there that were being worked with, and it was clearing up very, very quickly within a 24-hour period. I was feeling a lot of these things clearing up. And the good thing is with this particular box, it does pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So it just does it in a lot more simpler of a way, more simplistic in that design. Again, you have the dials here that you just tune into a certain frequency. Once you get that stick, then you're able to align to that particular frequency. And it's kind of like what Connie was saying. It's kind of like you're going into a Zen state, and that's just feedbacking upon itself over and over and over again. So 48, 72, 96 hours, whatever it is, right? And then being able to have that cycle back. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting the other box, the cat's meow with the amplifier, and just being able to test out that puppy, of course, but it's a cat's meow, so I gotta say kitten, right? So.
I can't wait either. You know what? It's funny. I mean, it is very lightweight, and it's got all kinds of, you don't want to open it or anything like that. I mean, it's, I asked him to keep the latch on because I just thought it was cuter that way. But sometimes people think they can open it. In fact, he was telling me that one of these went through customs. I don't think it was Canadian customs. I think it was German customs, and they actually opened it before the person ever got it. And you never want to do that because it messes up all the circuitry in there. It's not like it's this an ultimate secret kind of thing. I mean, it is. Anybody makes something, they don't want people to know what it is, but you mess it up.
Right. Yeah.
You mess it up, and it's all there. It's sealed for a reason. So, but customs apparently. After they saw it and knew that it wasn't something that was coming into the country to, kill somebody or something. I don't know whatever customs does, but apparently the people at customs were, at least they told the buyer of this that they were all interested into it, and they were going to, soon be buying a wishing machine as well. So pretty intriguing. But the reason it is lightweight as well. Not just all the natural things that are inside it. I can just tell you a few things, copper and crystals, and that's about all I can say. But it's made out of wood for the reasons of the fact that it's natural. When you see the metal ones and the plastic ones, I mean, I guess plastic is a little bit better than the metal, but this is organic that way, and apparently they just manifest better that way and quicker. So that's why it goes with the wood, and it's all handmade. So. He just knew that, hey, I can do what these other ones are doing and make it affordable for everyone. So that's the whole reason, and that's what he's doing. He doesn't want it to be used to harm anybody. It's not about that. Everybody still needs to be responsible. Brad's the person at that, at telling you that without a doubt. I know that about Brad. So, I know you're that way, and that is a wonderful way to be. So, one of the guys that I know had this, well, two guys. One guy I know, his migraines that he has all the time went away in seconds. And another guy asking for, I don't remember exactly what he put out, if it was for work or finances, but one of the things Dr. Mueller says is whatever you wish for, you never know how it might come to you. You just don't know how it's going to come to you. So when it comes, don't be surprised. But this guy, who's never done television before in his life, puts this wish out there, and what happens? But he now has an audition to do some television work and possibly have a national television show. And I thought, what, did you do my wish? That's my wish. What happened? So, but a very distinct way. I mean, this guy carves with wood. He takes trees and carves tikis out of them, and there's some big national show looking for people just like him, and they found him. So that's kind of cool.
That's excellent. I mean, that's kind of pretty close to the kind of wishes that I've had myself. Just starting to work with radio shows now as well too, and getting a lot of interviews now. So that's definitely the next step, and that's something I think I have to put onto the box as well too, because I have been using light circuitry for that, and it's been very, very effective. But of course, utilizing light circuitry in tandem with the Radionics will just be an ultra super duper charge. So again, it's really, really amazing too. And what I've also felt as well too is like, going back to what I can do with light circuitry, because it is very similar to radionics, is that people who have put the circuits that I create into a plastic leaflet have actually found contaminations in it. So what I've also discovered as well too is there have actually been other particular radionics devices that may have those kind of plastic toxins within it as well too, because as it is in that sense a natural box, which is what I love about this, because it is wood, it is organic, and it's natural. I agree as well too. It's very important that reflect the box as well too, because there can be toxicity I also get the feeling as well too, you want to try and keep your environment very, very clear of any other type of I guess you could say distractions, so to speak, that may interfere with the signal as well too, especially if you're amplifying it as well too. So if you have like another picture of another person, or if you have another wish that's maybe laying down, that can also be picked up as well too. So it's basically just avoiding the state of contamination, I feel, or toxicity in that way too, that may come back together with that box. So I've had to learn that a couple times as well too, because I had a couple pictures of other clients like not too far away, and I was like, oh, okay, wait, I got to spread that out a bit more. And then as I did that, then you can notice a bit of a difference. But it's kind of like keeping it in a very kind of bland area where there's not that much happening, and like a windowsill, for example, or somewhere under your bed if your bed's pretty clear, having that as well too. So.
Yes, absolutely. Putting it at the windowsill. In fact, do you mind if I get that helmet so I can show it to you?
Sure. Go for it.
Hold on for a second. Do your thing.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So again, we are interviewing Connie Willis, and again, this is all about radionics. And radionics has just been something very fascinating to me since like 2011. So really it is just being able to do vibratory duplication technology. It's just working together on a certain thought, capturing that thought through a vibratory machine, and being able to feedback that energy of the thought over and over and over again for as long as it's charged. And again, it just starts with these dials. So if I had like a signature of myself here and a wish, I just tune those dials, and using the stick, I'm able to then align in that way. So again, it's a really, really marvelous technology. Connie, yes, you have your hat.
Well, the funny thing is Dr. Mueller is constantly redeveloping things, and if you look on the site, it says something like, it may not look like this picture anymore because he's constantly changing and testing and, finding something new to make it stronger, but still try to keep the prices down for everybody. So I've been talking to him about working on a wand, because I think that's cool, and that would be awesome. And that would be really good with clients, in person with them in that wand to stick it to the wishing machine. But also, he is working on something called, right now the name is the Creature Box, to where you can either draw in spirits or draw them out, by however you tune it. Whether it's a Bigfoot in the woods, something in the sky, or something in the house, who knows. But one of the other accessories that he has right now, and by the way, we're going to have some people test that at one point. So how are you with spirits and things like that? Do you want them away or coming to you, or would that be effective for you?
I'm pretty much in a happy medium with that one, but I know there are some people who I talk to that either have repelling issues or they have attraction. So it's basically a lot of the people who I could talk to may have a very strong interest in that.
Okay, so maybe you can, tell us, hey, this is really working or not working with some of the events.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that would be cool. Well, so here's the helmet, and of course, it fits into the jacket. Yeah. But it has neat little things underneath it. I don't want to show you everything, but it has the dials on it as well. You put it on the head. I don't want to mess up my hair right now, but no, it's okay. But it helps you to focus in on the target and actually direct your thoughts right to the target. Wow. A lot of times that's with people and healing, and I don't know what your intent is. Just always make sure the intent is good. Maybe it's for a casting director. Hey, I want this gig. Give it to Connie, right?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's that too as well. Yeah, I mean, just anything that really represents your excitement, that represents your alignment, that you're very, very passionate in. And I think that's what the whole point of the wishing machine is, really to say, follow your passion. What is it that you would really like to wish that represents your highest, best nature? And I have talked to some people in the past as well too, who have utilized these Viberscans in regards to being a little bit naughty, so to speak, with them. And they have actually had that representing the law of return. So they bring a lot of that stuff back to them. So that's just a recommendation not to go there, because that's karma can be quite horrible. So just give it to really looking into your own positive passions and letting
absolutely. Your intent, you have to be careful with your intent, because if you say something like, I think of one offhand, I don't know if that's the best one, but if you think of, protect me from this, well, maybe you say protect me from this spirit that's in the house that's demonic, or let's just say that. But I don't know if when you always ask for protection, you get that specific protection. It may just be protection, and it also protects you from good as well as bad. It doesn't know the difference. It might just put a field around you, and you miss out on everything. So sometimes you got to be careful with that, you know.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
it's very, very dangerous as well. Technology is what it is. It's been around for a long time, and this is a science, pseudoscience. You know, everybody's got their opinion. Like, you can say it works, and there's other people that will say, you know, the naysayers that don't know it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of people in history that's been killed over this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's right.
you've probably read about that stuff already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's quite a few people that, you know, no one that I personally know, but I certainly have been aware of some of these people that have been, quote unquote, silenced because of this type of technology. And it's basically just being able to utilize it for your own personal needs. You know, if you're feeling that you're utilizing it for other means, that could be stepping on people's toes, so to speak. You just have to be very, very cautious and careful with that. So utilize it for yourself. This is your box. Let it be for yourself.
Yeah, healing is a really great thing. Like, you use it for calling in something if you want to. The helmet would be fantastic if you're doing some channeling kind of stuff. I look forward to you on that. I'd really be interested on what you get if you decide to do something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, yeah, that would be cool. And also, though, what I think is cool is that people use it in the agriculture world, and they use this with their plants, whether it's flowers or it's tomatoes or corn, you know, crops, actual crops, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called KRT, Kelly Radionics Technology, or Kelly Research Technology. Ed Kelly is his name. They've been doing it. His dad was actually the guy who started that company. They're out of Ohio, and man, they've been doing this for a long time, and they work with the farmers. They also use wood. In fact, Dr. Mueller is probably going to work with him on some things. Wonderful people. They set these big bad daddy ones up in the crop fields, and boom, you know, they've had a 3 to 7% increase. That's a gigantic increase in your business for crops. They can't explain it, but they don't care. It makes that much more money for them. And I'm sure, you know, what, you're in the British Columbia, right?
Yeah, that's right.
They can be used for many crops that are in that area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if you had 100 people that had these types of boxes as well, too, and they're all aligning to have, you know, more fertile crops, you know, land that's, you know, very, very, you know, rich in minerals, and just being able to attract all that, it's going to be great. You know, that's all you need is have, like, a dream team, so to speak, with all of these, the radionics boxes, and all of their intent together with the world. It's just, yeah.
Well, the funny thing you say about that is, think of all the ones that Dr. Mueller's made of these, and they're all over. They're all over the country. Like, he's got this map that's got pins where they all are, and he says they're actually all connected.
Oh, wow.
Because he's made them. They're all from, you know, him. Apparently, they all connect. I think that's pretty cool. So imagine if he could connect with everybody that he's sent these to, and everybody wishes upon something, you know, cure Ebola, whatever, you know, that would be kind of cool.
Well, if he's not too shy, one day we'll have to see if we can get him on even for an audio interview. That'd be nice as well, too. So
maybe he'll do an audio. I'll have to talk to him.
Yeah, definitely. Connie, just for people who want to get a hold of you, did you have a website that you would like to share for people that may have any questions for you, maybe in regards to your personal experiences with radionics, or, of course, more of what you do?
Well, I think, you know, my ConnieWillis.com site, I don't know how to hook up the email, so I don't think that would work. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. But if you go through Dr. Mueller, I work with him on his site, you know, to get some things going, because I'm actually wanting to know how this works with people and their wishes. So if you go there, you can just say, hey, Dr. Mueller, I don't want to ask you. I want to ask Connie. I'll do it.
There you go. That's great as well. And again, everybody, you can go to drmulderswishinmachine.com. Go ahead and grab yourself a box. Just save up some money. Again, you will probably not find another radionics box this affordable. And I was, again, when Connie was telling me about that, I was like, my whole eyes were just, oh my God, yes.
I know, you bought one like that.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got it right after the interview. I was like popping around. Okay, I'm getting this. Bam. Right. So I got it right away. Right after the interview. So, yeah.
Well, the original one is just $195, so it's under $200. His Cat's Meow one is just $100 more, so it will bring it back twofold. What he does when he sends it out to is he sets it to where you should be able to get the money back that you spent on it, and in some way and somehow. So I think that's kind of cool too. But
I've already done that, I think, like 3 times over already. So
well, relationship things happen for you too, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it's just so broad. I mean, there's so many things that have really helped with everything from personal contacts to personal relationships to health improvement to financial abundance to my own work to media appearances. It's really just been really well covered. So I know just Dr. Morris calling saying, oh my God, I finally got a testimonial from Brad. Smile, smile. Right? So it's great. But thank you again, Dr. Mulder, for again a really great invention. It's fantastic. And I do highly recommend it for anybody who is very just curious about radionics, because you are dealing with an organism, you're dealing with a life form. This is something that is a living being, in a sense, that is working together with you. And that's how special and amazing these boxes are, because they are very, very personable. But yeah. Connie, thank you so much for being a part of Conscious Matrix interviews today. It was really good to have you on once again. And again, feel free to check out drmulderswishingmachine.com. And Connie, we'll definitely have you on again in the future for another interview as well.
Yeah, because I want to hear how it works for you. You'll be getting it pretty soon. I want to hear how that goes, and then we're going to have to put one of these on your head. That'll
yeah. Oh, yeah, the fashion statement for that. That's right.
Oh yeah. Sure. And I want a picture.
Oh yeah, you'll get one. I think everybody on Facebook will get one. But thanks again, Connie, for being a part of the show today. Thank you, everybody, again, for tuning in today. We will be having some more Conscious Matrix interviews coming up pretty soon. Just been a very, very busy couple of weeks for me. So hopefully around November, we're going to be getting some other ones upcoming very, very shortly. So again, thank you so much for tuning in.
You're so busy. You doing okay? Is everything all right?
It's crazy busy. It's an awesome kind of busy, but it's a crazy busy. So yeah, again, like I said, I have all these things coming up with the box and the circuits, right? So it's wild. It's a crazy, loving, wild.
Oh,
yeah. All right, so thank you again, Connie, for coming on, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will talk to you again soon. Take care. Namaste. Maybe with you. We'll talk soon.
Bye. Thank you.